His yoke is easy. And go ahead, Pop Man. I can't talk. That's my man. I grew up on that song. Come on now.
I know that's right. Me too, man. Thank you for this, because this song lets us know if you want to make it in this life, if you want to make it to your destination, it all depends on who you are connected to. You see, some people, when you connect to them, they drain you. They take life out of you. There are some people who, when you're around them, their energy, their vibration is so negative that before you know it, you feel negative because they are draining personalities. They are personalities who subtract from you. But this song says, taken from Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30, that when you connect with Jesus, when you hook up with God, God's yoke is easy, his burden is light. And it's really the picture, watch this, of an animal that is under a yoke. A yoke is somewhat of a brace, and it's the brace that gives the animal direction to get where the animal is trying to go, when the animal, watch this, is being guided by the person that it is connected to. And here's the good news. The good news is when you find yourself connected to our great God, God's yoke is easy. God's burden is light. God is not going to drain you. God is not going to give you bad, negative energy, but God will do just the opposite. God, watch this, becomes that plus factor in your life. And that plus factor means that God adds to you. I love that. God is in the business of adding to you. God will add grace to you when you feel guilty. I love that, because I don't care who you are. All of us are guilty of something. There's some things we've done we wish we had never done. But here's the good news. Grace has a way of overruling our guilt so that we are forgiven and live in the state of another chance, because God is in the business of giving you another chance. I know this because you woke up this morning. I know this because you're tuned in right now. God has given you another chance because of God's grace. His yoke is easy. His burden is light, which means he gives us grace whenever we're feeling guilty. It also means, I love it, that he gives us peace when we find ourselves in the midst of a storm. You see, God ain't got to take you out of the storm. God can give you peace in the midst of the storm that holds you together on the inside when your world is falling apart on the outside. His yoke is easy and his burden is light. So that's the word of the day. Accept this invitation from God. Connect with God and watch God be that plus factor that adds to your life those things that you need to make it. And when God adds to your life, can't nobody subtract from you.
Yes, sir. Oh, man, Pastor Haynes, Reverend, rest in peace, Bernard Williams of Miles College. He got in that aisle with that song one night at Revival. Pastor Haynes, I ain't been the same since.
I know that's right.
Greatest moments of my life. I just remember I had to sit on my grandmama's lap to keep her from shouting, Pastor Haynes. That song brings back so many memories. I'm just glad that I had the childhood that I had and the experience that I had growing up in church like that. It was just awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas, Pastor Frederick Douglass Haynes. Pastor Haynes, let everybody know how you can be reached.
Hey, thank you, Rickey Smiley. You can follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at FH Unscripted. I'm on Facebook, Frederick D. Haynes, and my YouTube channel is Frederick Haynes.
All right. Hey, Pastor Haynes, love you, man.
Yes, sir. Love you, Rickey. Thank you for this.
Nah, man, thank you. You just don't understand. His yoke is easy.
Yes,
and
sir.
His burdens are light. Yes, I love you, man.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 13 minutes after the hour, y'all. The statement's being brought by Indeed. That's right, Indeed believes that less is more. That's why they have powerful tools to help you source, screen, and hire quality people faster. Learn at Indeed.com/credit. All right, we got Maria Moore sitting in for Eva this morning. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to the entire crew. Here's what's happening in news. A bipartisan group of senators reached a tentative plan for a $953 billion infrastructure deal yesterday. The biggest question remains about how they will pay for it. Biden wants to raise a corporate tax while Republicans want to raise the tax on gas we pay at the pump. Speaking of the president, yesterday Biden announced his plan to fight rising violent crime across the country. The plan includes giving money to cities that need more police officers, establishing strike forces to help stop weapons trafficking, and cracking down on gun dealers who sell guns illegally. Yesterday, a 49-year-old Indiana woman became the first person sentenced in the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Ricky, that's if you want to call it a sentence. She wasn't given any jail time. She received 3 years of probation and was ordered to serve 120 hours of community service and get this, pay $500 in restitution.
That's
I'm
crazy.
Maria Moore sitting. It's crazy.
And the black dude that got locked up probably still in there facing trial.
Still in there, probably. I'm Maria Moore sitting in for Eva, and that's a look at news. Rock T, what's good in sports?
I'm about to tell you, Maria. NBA playoffs, man. The Atlanta Hawks, man, let me tell you something. They take game one over the Milwaukee Bucks. Eastern Conference Finals, Trae Young drop another cool 48 points with swagger. Come on, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. I'm just going to go ahead and jump on this bandwagon and stay on it, man. I'm rooting for the Hawks to get to the finals, man. I would love to see the Hawks and Phoenix in the finals. Now, it may not be a popular matchup, but doggone it.
It'll be good.
It will be good and entertaining.
It'll be good.
Let's get there, baby.
Loving the ATL right now, buddy.
Come on, man.
Yeah, but let's not think about. Do not think about that last Super Bowl. Don't think about it. Stay focused or whatever. And if we get Lennox Mall cleaned up and prayed up, get Atlanta back prayed up, shut down the hours of some of these strip clubs, God will be on our side.
Come on now. We got game 3 tonight in the Western Conference Finals. Phoenix versus the Clippers. Phoenix is up 2-0. Chris Paul III probable to play on tail end of his quarantine health and safety protocol. Clipper star Kawhi Leonard is still out, though, with that sprained knee. Normally, I would say don't count the Clippers out because they've been down 0-2 in every series of the playoffs and fought their way back to win the series. But without Kawhi Leonard, they're done. It ain't happening. It is what it is, man. That's what I got for sports right about now. Gary with the T. What's up, Pimp?
All right, y'all. Everybody's talking about this queen. They're saying she's dubbed a work of art. They're saying that she looks like a queen in black lingerie. Who am I talking about? Solange Knowles, y'all. They're saying that Solange, honey, she shared a photo dump on Instagram that featured 2 photos of her posing in front of artwork by Miss Allison Saw. Now, she was wearing black lingerie and stunning natural curls. She captioned the post with a crab emoji to represent her zodiac sign, Cancer, and tagged her other Instagram page out where she shared with most of her photo shots there. And a lot of people are saying Solange is looking amazing. Some people are saying, quote, our Cancer queen has spoken. And they're saying that there is so much beauty in the light you shine. Your words and music have always been my peace. Somebody praise. Now, Solange, y'all, who is notoriously private, y'all, has been hailed by fans as the poster child for self-care for her seemingly carefree style and vibes. Now, back in 2020, she did an essay in Harper's Bazaar, and it was titled, Don't Touch My Hair. And they said the singer opened up about chasing joy, y'all, by taking a step back. She said, quote, some days were a real pain in the butt. She said, some were the most beautiful days of my life. Then she said, this was a different kind of joy. She said, I didn't need to skip in the sun to feel it. She said, joy was the sleep that I got after releasing secrets from my bones. She said, joy was the telling truth, and joy was making a song that I didn't care ever saw the light of day, y'all. And today is Solange's birthday, so happy birthday to Solange, y'all. She turned, 35 today, so congratulations to her and all her endeavors, and good luck to her. All right, the color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is wisteria. On the high end, you say wisteria, and on the low end, just say beautiful mauve. That's your color for today. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, Beyonce and her are entering the Emmy competition, and I'm going to tell you all about it up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot,
Let's hot.
Catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, Rick's Smiley Morning Show. The same as being brought by Novartis. That's right. Kayla Smith Owens is a fighter committed to the meeting the challenges that she faces as an advocate for her own health and community of people like her. Witness her inspiring story in News One Personal Days. Bottom of the hour. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the Hot Spot, where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Beyonce and her are among more than a dozen music stars that have entered the Emmy competition. Beyonce for music direction and original song for both Derek Dixie for Black is King, her musical film companion to The Lion King, available on Disney Plus, and her entered for the original song for Hold Us Together from the Disney Plus movie called Safety. Voting is underway this week, and nominations will be announced July 13th. So congratulations to both of them, and we hope they bring it on home. All right, y'all. Ahead of his Brooklyn sex trafficking and racketeering case, R. Kelly has been transferred from a federal prison to the same prison that accused sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell, who is currently being held. She was partners with what's his name, Jeffrey Epstein, Einstein, whatever his name is. They both are currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, and Kelly's trial will begin on August 9th.
That's not good. I heard that's one of the federal prison is better, right?
Yeah.
But the prison that she at is not a good, like a special
Yes,
K.
a detention center kind of. I think that's different. Is that state special K?
Yes, it's way less. It's way more grimy.
It's way less plush.
Yeah. Oh, so he's not going to enjoy that at all. The federal prison was nice, special K. That's what you was in, right?
Nice is a stretch. Yeah,
yeah, because you did white collar crimes.
Yeah,
let's go on.
That's kind of prison expert.
Yeah. Okay. Let's continue on, Brad.
Okay. Yes, sir. The 48th Annual Daytime Emmy Awards will pay tribute to late TV icons Regis Philbin, Alex Trebek, and Larry King. Deadline reports that Kathy Lee Gifford, Ken Jeong, Martha Stewart, and Robin Roberts will make special appearances to honor their late colleagues. CBS also announced the presenters for the award show, including Al Roker, Kelly Ripa, Drew Barrymore, and Taryn Hall. So that's going to be a very good show. And Wale, while announcing his upcoming music, he was sure to give himself some flowers. He took to Twitter to announce his next album is called Falarin 2, which is expected to drop this summer. However, he gave himself a shout out before doing so. He tweeted, "I understand how you may feel for whatever somebody told you. I just want to reiterate that I'm one of the greatest of all times. Catalog, consistency, influence, longevity, and DMV. With that said, hashtag Florin 2 this summer, get ready." No, that's what I'm saying. Give yourself your flowers. Y'all know exact date of the release, but fans were definitely excited, and it did spark a debate asking, should Wale be added to the list of greatest rappers? That's one way to get yourself noticed. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot right there. Coming up next, we got Special K with the news you absolutely positively cannot use, and we got your wake-up call, so hit us up at 866-9-RICKY. That's 1-866-9-RICKEY. Time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
You liar! I believe him, yo. I don't know why, but I do.
You liar! 10 before the top of the hour. Special K got news you can't use. What up?
But I tell no lies today, and Dave, Super Dave, we're going to get right to it. Because even though we don't play hip-hop music, and even the legends we don't get to pay homage to because we have haters in our midst that will not allow us to play certain classic hip-hop legendary songs, but who said we can't do a dramatic reading of the lyrics to pay homage and give the flowers while these legends can still smell them? Who am I speaking of? I'm speaking of Patrick Earl Houston of Memphis, Tennessee, also known as Project Pat.
Come on now.
Super Dave, let me begin. Walk, walk, chicken, walk, walk, chicken heads. Bald head scallywag, ain't got no hair in the back. Gelled up, weaved up, your hair is messed up. Need to get about a hustle mission. Get up on loot, run to beautician. Run game until the game is gravy. That don't mean spin cheese for the baby. Walk, walk on a stalk for a bootleg. Pretty walk, giving out. Ain't a thing, eat a chicken wing. Got some gold teeth at the club, trying to shake that thing. Trying to get a piece. Chicken, always into some dumb Should have paid your light bill, but you bought an outfit. Stay at your mammy house and keep a smart mouth. It's Project Memphis 10. Represent the South. So pass the dro-dro and we gon' stay ticking. Full of that Momo, holla at a chicken. Yeah, you like my outfit. Don't even fake the deal. I thought you said you had your girl on the light bill. Always in my face, talking this and that. Girl, I had to buy some rims for the Cadillac. You riding clean, but your gas tank is on E. Be stepping out, ain't no decent shoes on your feet. That's just the meter broke. You don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, them new Jordans finna come out. Hate see you in the club, you're mobbing with a mug. No, you're riding with your boy, you're nothing but a scrub. But he was with me, that's when you hate it. Cause when I got up on your friend, you damn near fainted. I sure did. In our face, drinking on that yak. Mouth full of golds, but your ass needs some Tic Tacs. What? You need some gum? Breath like some thunder. What you looking at? I don't want your phone number. Boy, please, whatever. These chicken head, oh, see this platinum thick as white gold. See the 20-inch Pirellis roll. Man, thank the Vogues, dodging all my foes. Riding caddy truck with DVD. A flock of broads follow me. From the club to break their knees. Knowing that's all I want, straight out the club. The rest ain't smelling right. The last thing on their mind is freshen up, it's going down tonight. Weed in their head, weed in their purse. Still crunk. Baby seats all across the back with clothes in the trunk.
There it is.
Oh, man, Maria, you used to play that on your show a lot, right?
All the time. That was so insightful and inspiring. I just really appreciated that read.
You know what I got to say, Maria?
Lord, I love it.
Here's all I got to say. Bwok, bwok. Chicken, chicken. Bwok, bwok.
Yes,
that was my
chicken
favorite
heads.
part.
That's right.
That part right there.
The bwok, bwok. That was my favorite part.
Can't we all just get along?
At the Red House Furniture,
We can.
At the Red House.
I'm Richard, a.k.a. Big Head. I work at the Red House, and I'm black.
At the Red
I like pumping iron and pumping furniture into people's homes.
I'm Johnny, a.k.a. 10 Gauge. I work at the Red House and I'm white. I like deer hunting, bass fishing, and extending credit to all people.
At the Red House.
I'm black and I love the Red House. I'm white and I love the Red House.
I'm a black woman and I love the Red House.
Concept.
I am white and the Red House is for me.
At the Red House.
The keyboard.
That keyboard is killing me.
It's perfect for a black person or a white person.
For real.
This mattress is perfect for a white person or a black person.
They play that keyboard with one finger.
Where black people and white people buy furniture.
And Hispanic people too.
No, sir.
That Casio
Don't
2000.
leave nobody out.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley, the morning show. Gary got the tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Trick Daddy and Beyonce. Trick Daddy is still at it, y'all. It's part 3 of the situation that's been going on with Trick Daddy making a statement that Beyonce was not a great singer. And he said that's his unpopular opinion. He went on to say recently with another journalist, y'all. He said that Stephanie Mills, Whitney Houston, they are both 100s. He said, but Beyonce is an 85. He said Beyonce is beautiful, talented, very successful person, but he said I don't put her in my top singers, honey. He said just don't do it. Then he went on to talk about the trolls, y'all, because we talked about the Beehive yesterday and how the Beehive was buzzing his restaurant or whatever. And he said, y'all, that he said the trolls, he said he know they coming for him. He said, but nobody don't want to work, so don't got nothing else to do but to sit and try to troll me. He said, quote, but trolling only works when it affects them. He said, I'm not affected by it. He said, I don't care who don't agree with me. He said, I don't think that I said nothing to offend nobody or anybody. He said, and as for the Beehive, he said, good support, man. He said, good job. He said, what y'all doing? He said, but I grew up, honey, with roaches. He said, I'm more afraid of roaches than bees. unquote.
I don't know about that one. I think I'm afraid of bees or roaches. You can spray those, but them bees.
You know what, Gary? Gary, I have a funny Trick Daddy story. I did a concert, and afterwards I asked to take a picture with him, and right before they snapped the picture, he licked the whole side of my face. He put his whole tongue on my face right before. I looked mortified in the picture. It was just so nasty.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
That did not happen.
Yes, it did. At the Kappa picnic. What was you about to say?
And how many weeks of therapy you had to?
I'm still going through therapy right now. What's over there happened? Still, I got an appointment this afternoon.
Okay. All right, y'all. All right, well, moving on, honey. Another celebrity news, y'all. Nick Cannon is back in the news, y'all. Now, there's an old Nick Cannon interview that's resurfaced, and y'all, and this is kind of telling us why Nick is doing what he's doing, y'all. Now, they're saying it appeared to shed light on his current paternity situation. Now, back in February, y'all, 2017, Nick Cannon appeared on the Howard Stern show, and he said, "Why then?" He proceeded, y'all, to discuss his own mortality and how it contributes to his decision, y'all, in life. Now, Nick Cannon said, quote, "When you experience near-death situation, life-threatening situation," he said, "it's honest, it's real." He said, "I feel like, I'm running out of time." He said, "Every time I think I'm doing good, then I go back to the hospital." He said, "I almost died this time due to the blood clots and all that stuff." Then Howard Stern asked him, honey, if he was afraid of death. And he said, "I don't fear it." He said, "I welcome it. I got a space now where I say I'm probably going to die sooner than most people." He said, "That's what the doctor said." He said, "But I'm living life, honey, and I might die in the morning." He said, "So, honey, let's have all the sex we want to have." He said, "So why wear condoms?" He said, "I might not be here tomorrow," unquote. And then, yeah, but that's something, Yeah, but is that a profound? Because this is why he's having all these kids. He said because he might be dead in the morning and stuff. So have all the sex you want to have without practicing safe sex and stuff. And a lot of people saying that's kind of crazy, but that's what he said.
On the surface, it sounds crazy, but I kind of see his point from where he's coming from, dealing with his illness and all that. I kind of see his point. Not necessarily agree with it. I wouldn't live by that philosophy, but
Yeah, and then some people saying that men like Nick Cannon, honey, they saying that he doesn't like himself, because they say all the kids he's having and all the kids that he's having, none of them have hair like wool, like Jesus. They all have this slick hair, and they say he don't have any dark skinned kids up in there. They all kind of of the light hue and stuff. So,
saying that? Come
on, but it's there.
Nick loves himself and his kids. Let's be clear.
He also tends to like racially ambiguous women. Let's just keep it real.
Ambiguous. Let me Google that.
Yeah, what's that mean?
Well, racially ambiguous. This means, they're not black, they're not white. They're, there's some variation.
Yeah, that's why they say he don't really like himself. So
he likes all types of women, quite frankly, actually. And,
he does.
Yeah.
Well, we're just looking at
and he's had a plethora of them, so.
Let me Google.
All right, baby. Y'all give us words.
Of all flavors. So he's not
ambiguous.
All right,
these words.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Expanding our vocabulary.
Oh yes, honey. Yes, we are. Jesus, honey.
How much schooling have you had?
If you could read that, thank the teacher. But all right, my final story, y'all. Tiffany Haddish, y'all, they're saying she may lose her career, honey, because she's agreeing with Monique. She said, honey, that she don't think women should wear bonnets at the airport. Now, she told the journalist, Deshaunda Brown, she said, now, some people do be wearing these things, honey, that I don't think they should be wearing. She said, Monique was talking about, the bonnets in the airport, and she said that I agree with it. She said, but she said, sometimes, you're spending all this money to buy a plane ticket, honey. She said, and to get dressed up. She said, you should get dressed up and go to the airport and look decent, because she was always told that you're supposed to always wear clean underwear and good underwear, because you never know if you're going to get an accident or something happen or whatever. And she said, but these women are wearing bonnets to the airport. She said, now she might run out of her house to go to the store quickly. She said, but that's as far as it's going to go. So hopefully, they don't attack her and, she
maybe
lose her
they
career.
should make some bonnet hats.
Well, yeah.
Put a brim on in front of the bonnet, like the old ladies do, like the church picnic hat when they walk through the airport, when they go into a pastor's anniversary or a bishop convocation, with the wide brim going around, something like that. I don't know.
Maria, you wear your bonnet to the airport?
No, absolutely not. I do not. I do not do that. But,
with passion.
Absolutely no. Google absolutely. That's another one.
All right, Davis. The color today, honey, is wisteria on the high. You say wisteria, and on the low, just say mauve. That's your color for the day. Let me Google that now.
We getting these words in today.
Yes, honey.
Y'all give it up to Gary with the T. All right, time for the wake-up call. Get at your boy, 866-9-RICKEY. Let's go.
Wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Cause he woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so it would be better. Wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, wanna know where you calling from, so come on and tell us and just wake up.
Hi, I would like to wake up my sister in Texas and my church family back in Quincy, my family in Quincy, and my family in Greenville, South Carolina. Wake up.
This is really bad night. I want to wake the whole damn Edenton up.
Wake up to my girls, Danielle and Monica and Jill just bought a house yesterday. Wake up.
This is Jeff from Warner Robins, Georgia. I want to give a wake-up call to myself. Happy birthday. Wake up.
Hey, this Forrest Williams from Lima, Ohio. Shout out to my people coming down to Atlanta on Friday for the 3rd anniversary Dead to Store reunion. We gonna turn up, baby girl. Wake up, everybody.
What's yours? Cause we gon' let them know. Kansas City, wake up. Columbus, wake up. Cincinnati, wake up. Wake up. Palm Beach, wake up. And Greenville, wake up. Come on, Jacksonville, wake up. Wake up.
Hey, appreciate that, Brad.
You're welcome, Ricky.
All right, Maria Moore, what you got coming up next? All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, bottom of the hour. Maria, what you got?
Ricky, here is a crazy story out of India earlier this month. Now, a bride collapsed and died at the beginning of her wedding, so the groom married her younger sister instead. Of course, this was after they moved the deceased fiancé to another room. Now, according to reports, the bride collapsed of a heart attack while exchanging traditional garlands with her husband-to-be. A doctor who raced to the festivities pronounced her dead. Now, the dead woman's brother says they didn't know what to do in the situation. However, both families agreed the wedding should still go on. And in that moment, Ricky, they decided that his younger sister should be married to the groom. So, according to news reports, and after the younger sister of the woman who died.
Right.
Yes. So they decided to go on and continue the wedding, and they went on and they had joy and happy feelings, and immediately buried the woman who was deceased, who dropped dead at the altar. So, this is worth pointing. This was in India, where the arranged marriages are 90%.
Right.
That kind of worked out for everybody.
Yeah, she had to be the cleanup woman.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have worked out in the United States.
No, not at all. And you know what I'm thinking about, Ricky?
What?
No, I was just thinking, the food at the reception and the food at the funeral. So they had both. Yeah, at the repast, yes. Mm-hmm. Which one is better, Ricky? Which one is better?
The funeral, the wedding food, you don't get full. It's hors d'oeuvres or whatever, but you kind of get full after a black funeral because it's going to be macaroni and cheese, fried chicken. It's going to be the greens. It's going to be everything that IKEA was serving for Juneteenth.
Pretty much.
After the funeral, that gets you feeling better after y'all done went and dropped your great granddaddy off at the cemetery. So, that. But that, I don't. Anybody ever heard of that tradition? Something like that happened? You marry the bride's sister. Anybody ever heard of that?
Yeah, just now.
Do we know how old your younger sister was?
It doesn't say, but this actually makes me think about, I think she was grown and of age, but this makes me think about, when you get in a relationship and, there's signs, you kind of feel things. I mean, in this case, she had a heart attack, but have y'all ever been in a relationship where you just kind of had signs, or maybe you felt something in your body that it just wasn't right?
Oh, yeah, all the time. And then you committed to the relationship just because you committed to the relationship. Your mother liked her, your sister liked her, and then you don't like her no more. or whatever, and you feel like if you remove yourself from the relationship, you're going to let everybody down. You know, wedding plans have been made, and we got to go forward. And what point do you get to where, like, okay, I can't turn back? What point? Because I mean, you know, once everybody get to the go ahead.
But you know, something like that did happen here in America.
What
and
you mean?
People just don't talk about it during the campaign, this last presidential campaign. You know, Joe Biden's son married his brother's widow.
Wait a minute, what?
Oh.
Talking about Hunter?
Hunter, yeah, his
he married Bose.
His widow, yeah, they got together, yeah.
And they married?
I think they married, yeah. I think they're married or they go together.
Now you sleeping with your dead brother's wife? I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do that. Knowing that your brother.
They talked about it for a minute, and then the story just kind of went away.
Yeah, I don't.
But you know, that's the other.
I don't think I can sleep with my brother's. I'll help her out and look out for her, make sure she's straight, make sure she's good. But I'm not sure if I don't
sleep
know.
With her. Yeah,
you sleep with her like that.
Yeah.
You know, knowing
I mean, I think, Ricky, what you were saying, I'm sorry, Ricky, but what you were saying about the, you know, about pleasing other people in your family and staying in a relationship, I was actually engaged 3 times before I got married. And
oh, really? What happened?
Every time, yes, I said yes every time, 3 times. And I was just like, this don't feel right. Like, I'm not supposed to be this unhappy. And so I didn't care what anyone thought. You know, I was just like, I can't do it. I know I said yes, but I changed my mind. And I think that that's something that, you know, everybody should keep at the top of mind. If you don't feel that love and intuitively inside of you is saying, you know, nah, this ain't right, you got to walk away. It don't matter what nobody think, you know?
Right. So. But I'm sitting up here thinking about smashing your dead brother's wife, you know, in his ghost over there sitting on the dresser looking at y'all. I'll be the freak. Black Tony, where you at?
Hello, son. Hello.
Are you coming to work? Hey, are you coming to work? Hey, are you coming to work?
Hello, son. Hello. Hey, I'm in the back of a police car right now.
For what?
I'm in the back of a police car right now. Hello.
For what?
Before. Hello. They got the helicopter out there. Hello. What? They got a helicopter out there. I think I got set up, Shawty.
What?
I'm gonna need a lawyer. I think I got set up. I'm gonna need your car being cloned.
What?
They got the helicopter out there and everything. So I've been coming up here to Dunkin' Donuts every morning when I get ready to go to work.
Yeah.
I be coming up here to Dunkin' Donuts. I'd be parking in the handicap spot. I think they set me up. I think they set up a scheme to get me. They trying to find out who was parking in the handicap spot. So then when I pulled up this morning, I parked in the handicap spot. I ran and go to get the donut. And everything I know, I come outside all the police out here. Shot about 30 police cars, helicopter, dogs, everything. But they've been trying to get whoever been parking in their handicap spot.
But you're in the back of the police car. How you able to call in?
I still got my phone on the side. They ain't service, but I had my phone down in my pants. I had it down in my drawer.
So how you get the phone out? How was you able to call in sick at the same time?
Cause I stuck my hand down in the back of my pants. I got my phone out. It was stuck in between my booty cheeks.
You handcuffed.
Car being crump. Shot the car being crump for me. I don't think I'm gonna do that today.
Bruh, if we get you out of jail and get you out of this situation, I promise you coming tomorrow.
Y'all can get me out today, Shot. I promise I'll be there tomorrow. Y'all gotta get me out today though, cause they kept me with their phone.
Did they handcuff you?
How long you can get in jail for parking in the handicap spot, Shot? I just want to know what I'm facing.
Yeah, not long. They probably just gonna book you, and you probably can get out. You probably can make bail. You'll be out by 1 o'clock.
You gonna see him being crop over here, Shot?
Nah, I know the magistrate. I call Maurice Muhammad. Hey, go ahead, man. He can hear you right. Go ahead and shout out Maurice Muhammad, man. And
shout out Maurice Muhammad. Hey, shout out to you, Maurice Muhammad. Come get your body there.
In the Beninging. In the Beninging. Yeah. In the
listen properly.
In the Beninging. Yeah. In the Beninging. In the Beninging.
He thinking hard.
In the
They'll put me out of church that Sunday. Yeah, they'd have put me out of church. When the associate pastor said, that's improper.
Improper.
Hold it. Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 5 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea in the color of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. The world, honey, has opened up, and we are praying night and day, y'all, for Miss Carrie Hilson, y'all. I don't know if y'all heard the disturbing prayer and one that Carrie put out there in the universe the other day. She said, Lord, all I want is a black man. She said, quote, I want who God wants for me. She said, but am I wrong, y'all, for hoping for my soulmate is a black man? She said, he doesn't even have to be American. She said, I've dated 3 non-American black men, but I want to love a black man or a man of color. Now, you know, it's sad when a black woman had to put that out in the universe, Maria and Brad, that she want a black man. All she got to do is just go to them Kardashians and ask, can she borrow one of theirs? Because they got all the black men, honey. Here, Carrie can't even get a black man. She begging and praying for one. That's sad. Isn't that a
she
sad
said she
thing?
didn't want to live in a house with nobody. She need a separate house.
Not Carrie. I don't recall that. Did she? I don't know.
She said something like, I would like to, be in a separate house next door where she could have her own space. You had did a story on that. It was a while back, but she was like, I need to have my own place next door or something where I could kind of have my own space, kind of.
Well, and she probably would need a space for him, but all she want is a black man, Ricky. I mean, can somebody please just give her one? Can one just come away? She's a beautiful woman. I mean, she could have had a black man, but they destroyed her career when she said Beyonce couldn't sing, and that probably blackballed her, and nobody
She's got
probably
to go to the right places, Gary.
Like where?
Magic City on Monday night. It's about 1,000 black men down there.
Sure.
And American Legion, Elks Lodge, she can get her old with his cell phone, with his cell phone clipped to his side and a bunch of necklaces.
Oh Lord!
A football jersey tucked in his jeans.
A what?
A football jersey tucked in his jeans.
And what kind of shoes?
Some black square toe dress shoes with them jeans.
Square toe.
Gators.
They just regular leather.
Right. And they square toe. What kind of slim cut fit pants or wide leg with the cuffs?
Boot cut.
Right.
Yeah, they got the boot cut.
What kind of car they drive?
Buick LaCrosse. Clean though.
We laugh.
He'll show you all the service records. He got all the service records right there.
Well, I feel bad for her, honey, because it's sad when you got to pray for a man, and it's particular. I think she should get her a Vietnamese man. I mean, because you don't hear much about them. They
kind of short though, Gary.
Yeah, but that's all right though, honey. They have big pockets. So she get her man, honey, because if she got to pray for a black man and it's that hard, it's a shortage in a black man. Bless her spirit. She needs
get a Vietnamese man. Her nails and stuff. Oh, that's racist.
Don't.
That's racist. No real stereotype. No. Well, don't nobody else do my when I go get a pedicure. Don't nobody black do the pedicure. So I don't know what else you want me to say.
They out there. There's a few of them out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I don't know, honey, but we just let's keep her lifted up in prayer, y'all, that she get her a man. That's all she needs is a man, honey. All right, another celebrity news, y'all. Chris Brown said, honey, he don't even pay no attention to y'all with all that mess talking about he knocked a woman weave off her head at his Los Angeles mansion, honey. He said when you don't entertain the mess, he said it goes away. He said so he's not paying any attention to what people saying about him hitting this woman's hair off. But if the woman, do you not think she didn't know who hit her hair off? She don't know Chris Brown who he is?
But why was her hair even able to come off? It wasn't put on.
That's all I'm saying, Brad. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
You don't go out and without your wig tacked down now. The wind could blow. Anything could happen. It can get caught in the door. Anything could happen. You need to make sure that sucker stay on. You don't want to get caught out there with your wig coming off, so it should have been on better.
And they making them lace fronts with that screen door material.
Yeah, and it's got some nice adhesive that go at the top of that. They keep it on.
Right.
But we just went through that Gorilla Glue thing, Brad. People are not doing that anymore.
Because they don't use Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue is not the proper thing to use. They have a special adhesive for it, a special glue that glues it down. They sell all different types, and it really works to keep it on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why it came off. She came out with the wig not secure.
Oh, well, he still don't have no right to hit her, though. I mean, if she was at the party.
What's the other side of the story, though, Gary? Where did this thing start at? Like,
they just said that, she was at the party and what have you, and I guess the party was
her side of the story. That's why.
And he just walked up to her and just slapped her? I mean,
yeah, because, sometimes, how guys hit each other in the back of the head or whatever, be just joking. He may have just joked with her or whatever, but it was embarrassing. You can't embarrass a woman, honey, and her wig like that. So now she needs to be compensated for that because people saw her with her hair on the ground. So when her hair's on
I
the
just want
ground,
to know the whole story.
Compensated for not tacking her own wig down.
Yeah. Y'all take y'all wigs down?
Yeah, anybody ever had that problem?
I don't wear wigs, but people that wear them, they tack them down because they do not want them to fall off.
They need to come with chin straps like helmets.
No.
Yeah, then they won't come off.
Snap it on before you go in the club like you get ready to go in the game.
Yeah, place you can put your mouthpiece.
Yes, sir. Coming out with a bike wig or Rydell wig.
Okay. The color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is wisteria. On the high end, you say wisteria, and on the low end, you say beautiful mauve. That's your color for today.
With that old school Tony Dorsett mouthpiece.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all give it up to Gary with the T. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news. It's what's trending now.
So, listen to this, y'all. On July the 15th, about 36 million American families will start receiving monthly checks from the IRS as part of the expanded child tax credit. Eligible families will receive up to $1,800 in cash through December. But the tax credit has some disadvantages that make some families want to opt out, right? So our money expert, Janai Thornton, joined us this morning to break it all down and answer any questions you may have. So hit us up if you have some questions. 866-9-RICKEY, 866-9-RICKEY. Janai, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ricky. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. This is the child tax credit. I think I heard about it on the news. They was talking about it, but what exactly is it?
Okay, so let's unpack this a little bit. Well, first, let's talk about what it's not. This is not another stimulus payment that people are going to receive, but it's an enhanced child tax credit. So several months ago, remember when President Biden signed the American Rescue Plan? It expanded the tax credit. So it increased it. It went from $2,000 to $3,600 for people with children under the age of 6. And it went to $3,000 for kids between the ages of 6 and 17. So what's going to happen, Ricky, is people who are entitled to the credit, they will begin to receive half of the credit from between July and the month of December. And then the other half of it, the other 50%, they're actually going to be able to claim that on their 2021 tax return when they file their return. Now, the good thing is, Ricky, people don't have to do anything in order to begin to receive it. The IRS is going to begin sending those payments that you referred to beginning on July 15th. Again, they're going to run through December. As long as people have filed their 2019 or 2020 tax return, that means the IRS has their information. They'll begin to send those payments out via direct deposit if they have their bank account information, or they're going to start sending out checks.
That's really good to know, Janai. And, I think some people may be a little nervous about accepting the payments because they're not sure if they're eligible. Can someone opt out if they don't want to receive it?
You can absolutely opt out. And, I think a lot of people are going to. You can go to www.irs.gov, that's G-O-V. Right on the home screen, there's a button that says Get Answers on the Advanced Child Tax Credit. You can go there and opt out. So if people are concerned about, maybe they don't want to mess up their tax refund for next year, they're not sure if they're eligible, you don't really understand what's going on, you absolutely have the option to opt out.
We're chatting with our money expert, Janai Thornton. And are there any disadvantages to receiving this advanced child tax credit? Like, are you going to have to pay this back?
Well, you're not going to have to pay it back, but this is what the challenge is. If you kind of have planned, if you're one of those people who really plan and know what you want to do with your tax refund, this could decrease your tax refund. Because remember, this is not a stimulus check. You're getting half of your child tax credit now. If you're like, you know what? I don't want to mess with my 2022. I want to leave everything as it is. That could definitely be a disadvantage. The other thing, too, that's a problem is if you receive the payment and you're not supposed to, that you are actually going to have to pay them back. So this is not one of those things where you can kind of bust a move and do what you want to do. You are not entitled to it unless you meet the income requirements and your kids are within the appropriate age ranges.
All right, let's go to the phones. Yeah, you on with Janai Thornton. Good morning.
I just want to know if you allow someone to claim your children for you during that COVID, people was relocating. If you put a taxes, are they going to continue to give the tax credit to the person who you allow to carry, or it automatically resume back to the original custodial parent?
Actually, it's going to stay with the person who claimed the child as the dependent, because they're only going to be looking at the most recent return that was filed. So whoever claimed that child for 2020, that is who's actually going to be able to receive this child tax credit, this advance.
All right, you're on with Janai Thornton. Good morning.
The question I have is, I just got custody of my daughter. Now, before I got custody of my daughter, her mother was claiming her on taxes all the time. With the new tax child credit, the mother claimed her for 2020. Being that the taxes are going to be coming from the 2021 taxes, the credit's going to be coming from the 2021 taxes, am I going to be penalized if I file for her in 2021, or how does that work?
So, okay, good morning. So since your child's mother claimed her in 2020, she has the right, she can opt out, so it won't impact you. So you can have that discussion with her so she can opt out. So when you claim her for 2021, not only will you be able to claim her as a dependent, but you will also be able to claim this child tax credit.
Now, you see, the child's mother, you can have that conversation with, but a baby mama? What?
You're so crazy. You're so crazy. She gonna opt out. You know she gonna opt out, too.
All right, you're on with Janai Thornton. Good morning.
I haven't received my last two stimulus payments. I received the first one, but I didn't receive the last two. And I just want to know what Janai could tell me to help me to receive those last two payments.
Okay, and it's interesting. There's still millions of people who have not received the stimulus payments. So if you did not receive the first or the second one, you can claim the recovery rebate credit on your 2020 tax return. Again, it's called the recovery rebate credit. Now, if you did not receive the third stimulus payment, the IRS has not provided us guidance on how you can receive that yet. To file our 2021 tax returns, and then you're going to claim a credit for that then.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I didn't know that people didn't receive their check.
Oh, there's millions of people, Ricky, who have not received their checks still.
All right, Janai, let everybody know if anybody need to find you, or reach you, how can they find you?
If you have any financial questions at all, please follow me at Janai Thornton. That's JINITHORNTON. Ricky, y'all have an amazing day. Y'all.
Gas up the jet for you tonight. Yes, sir, Spirit Airlines. What y'all know about that right there? What does that remind you of? Take it back. What summer was that, Rock?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I don't remember what summer, but that doggone, that's a cool way to be in love. That's a cool way for a player just, let his girl know, I love you. You know what I'm saying?
I
just want to let my girl know I love you, man. You can have whatever you like.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How the song made you feel, Brett?
Man, listen, that song just smooth. It make you ride out. You want the top down, because if you got a little bit of money in your pocket and you could do something for somebody, you want to tell them you can have whatever you like, because I got it. I want your body. I need your body. Whatever you want, I got it. Yes.
Special K.
I tend to disagree, man, because I feel like T.I. was wrong for making that song, and I stopped liking him after that, because you got that song playing and you in the car with your girl and y'all break squealing. You got quarter tank of gas. She looking at you, listening to that song, looking out the window while you driving.
Right.
You just waiting on your check in 2 days to come so y'all can go, to Outback or something. Man, forget about it.
Maria.
I love the track. It makes me think about T.I. in the video doing that little two-step dance with his knees bent like side to side. Like it's just a feel-good song. I love it. I love it.
Gary.
It just made me think of all those charges those women just came up with not too long ago. Well, that's what they were saying. So, maybe that song was
Oh, man.
Oh, God, that was
hit him in the back of the knee.
Shout out to Black Cloud. Get the whole
Downer. Peppermint Petty.
Slip rock.
Petty LaBelle.
Bad luck slip rock.
More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Doing everything.
Everything was going good.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 26 minutes after the hour. Y'all, this segment's being brought to you by
Macy's. Tune in each week to the Undressing Room podcast, presented by Macy's, with hosts me, Eva Marcel, L'Oreal, and Dominique the Diva. We're three powerhouse women who are not afraid to speak our mind. Available wherever you listen to podcasts.
There it is. All right, Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Here's a look at today's news. Officials say multiple fatalities are likely after a residential high-rise building in Surfside, Florida, partially collapsed this morning. The story is developing and comes on the heels of news that several people were injured after a bridge collapsed in D.C. yesterday. Senate Republicans and Democrats in D.C. finally came together to reach a deal on an infrastructure bill. This is a huge breakthrough for President Biden, who plans to meet the senators today to discuss the details. Unfortunately, Congress can't seem to come together to pass a federal bill to protect voting rights. And now a group of civil leaders, is planning another march on Washington on August 28th, which marks the 58th anniversary of the historic March on Washington, where Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his I Have a Dream speech. Marches are set to be held in Atlanta, Miami, Phoenix, and Houston. In other news, a woman from Indiana has become the first Capitol rioter to be sentenced, if that's what you want to call it. She will serve no prison time. Meanwhile, a member of a far-right extremist group is the first to plead guilty. He should face 5 to 6.5 years in prison, but struck a plea deal that could get him less time. In COVID news, officials report that Black Americans and younger people are getting hit especially hard right now. Black people have been disproportionately affected by COVID-19, accounting for about 12.5% of the population, but more than 15% of total deaths. And in good news for those still struggling to pay rent, the Biden administration plans to extend the national moratorium on evictions through July. So that is definitely good news there. I'm Maria Moore. You can follow me.
Hey, Maria, I just want to tell everybody to be careful. A midget in Jackson, Mississippi was left speechless after being pickpocketed. And he said that he never believed that anybody could stoop so low.
Now that's news. That should have been my first story, because that is so newsworthy. Thank you for that information, Rickey Smiley. All right, y'all. That's a look at headlines. Follow me on IG at Maria Moore. I'm through with you, Ricky. Rock, tell us about our amazing Atlanta Hawks. What's happening in sports, Rock?
Oh, man.
What's wrong, Rat?
How you gonna say that right before I do my sports, man? Shout out to the Atlanta Hawks, man. They take game 1 in the Eastern Conference Finals, beating the Milwaukee Bucks, man. Trae Young had 48 points. Yes, indeedy, man. Let's go Hawks. Game 3 tonight in the Western Conference Finals. Phoenix versus the Clippers. Phoenix lead that series 2-0. CP3 probable to play. He's on the tail end of his quarantine health and safety protocol. Now, the Clippers star Kawhi Leonard still is out with that sprained knee. Now, normally, as I mentioned before, man, I would say don't count the Clippers out because they've been down 0-2 in the entire playoffs this year, man, and come back and win each series. But without Kawhi Leonard, it's not going to happen, man. It's done. It's not going to happen, man. Team USA hoop roster set for Tokyo Olympics, man. Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Dame Lillard, Shea, man, Bradley Beal, Bam Adebayo, Jason Tatum, Kevin Love, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, and Devin Booker, man. There you have it. That's all I got for sports, man. The Brat. You up next with the hot spot, man. Let's go.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
And that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
Rickety tag?
Tag right now.
Tickety tag. Tickety tag.
It ain't my turn. It's his turn.
Tag right now at the bottom of the hour. This thing was.
You say bottom?
It is the bottom. It is.
This thing was being embodied by Indeed. Indeed believes that less is more. That's why they have powerful tools to help you source, screen, and hire quality people faster. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit. Brett, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. Call me Girl Brad. And this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. Okay, let's get serious. All right, y'all, I got some serious stuff.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, Last night, some of Paul Mooney's closest friends came together to honor the late actor in a service that included a whole lot of laughs and some tears, too. The memorial tribute for Mooney was at the Hollywood Roosevelt, and it included recorded messages and in-person stories from friends like Jay Leno, Eddie Griffin, Debbie Allen, Chris Tucker, Lunell, Robert Townsend, and they were just some of the names who contributed. Townsend got particularly emotional when reciting a line Mooney used to tell him. He used to say, "There are many stars in Hollywood, but there's only one moon." And Townsend said, "There is truly only one moon." The Roosevelt was decked out in flowers and tons of pictures of Paul, and the service program included stories and memories of the comedian. All right, y'all, moving on. Mary J. Blige opens up about her mental health struggles in the new documentary titled My Life. In an interview yesterday, the music icon said she decided to open up about her suicidal thoughts, addiction, and abuse because it was extremely important for her to do so to hopefully help others. She said, "Since I was 5 years old, a little girl, it's been just so much hell." She said, I had to show people where all this pain came from that was in my Life album. And in the documentary, Blige touches on the impact of her music and the testimony she received from fans over the years. She said, "Man, it's a lot of responsibility because these testimonies are like, whoa, I don't have that much power, but you know, it was my life. That was my testimony."
Right.
And just all the dark things that I was going through that pulled other people out, she explains. Blige describes her 1994 debut album, My Life, as her darkest album. She said, "Most of the time I was just depressed and I didn't want to live." Mary J. Blige, My Life hits Amazon tomorrow, and I cannot wait to see it.
Yes.
All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot right there. Coming up next, we got the praise mix down. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.